You smell that? That's the smell of the Sea of Thieves. I have a pretty complicated relationship with this game. When this game first came out, I was obsessed with this game, or rather the idea of the game. An open world pirate adventure game where shenanigans are encouraged, that sounds like my dream idea of a game. But back then, the game was a pretty different experience. The biggest criticism of the game was that it was a $60 game with no content. And to be honest, people were right back then. There really wasn't much content in the game. You had the three trading companies, the Gold Hoarders, the Order of Souls, and the Merchant Alliance, but back then there was only the basic voyages available. We didn't have treasure vaults, cargo runs, lost shipments, ghost ship fleets, veils, and so on. You had your basic X marks the spot or riddle voyages for the Gold Hoarders, kill some skellies for the Order of Souls, or collect animals for the Merchant Alliance, all of which can be summarized by go here, get the thing, bring it back, and sell it, aka fetch quests. The only fun thing to do was to look for skeleton forts, and I'm not talking about the Fort of the Damned or Fort of Fortune, I'm talking about regular old skeleton forts, you know, the ones that everybody ignores nowadays because they're hardly worth it. We used to hop servers specifically looking for these, and we fought for these. You couldn't do a fort without somebody trying to fight you for it. And despite the simplicity and the lack of content, this was actually pretty fun. But without more variety, the fun eventually died out. People got burnt out, and I ended up putting down the game for a long time. Fast forward to now, and the game did a complete 180. Now there's nothing but content in this game. Dare I say too much content even. Tall Tales, Megalodons, The Devil's Roar, World Events, Skeleton Fleets, the Arena, may it rest in peace. And so much more stuff has been added to this game since launch, and I just watched what they got cooking up for the next few seasons, and y'all, Rare is cooking with these upcoming updates. Zip lines, harpoon guns, a ball that you can throw and spawn skeletons that do your dirty work. God damn, they are cooking right now. I've been seeing how this game has grown and developed from the sidelines, watching YouTube videos from creators like Cliff the Story Guy, and playing on and off here and there. And I'm happy to see that Rare didn't give up on this game and has continued to provide updates for like 5 years or so after its release? All of which are free, might I add. So I decided I want to give this game another fair shot and get back into it. And I'm starting this YouTube channel to share my stories. Yeah, that's right, you're watching the very first video on this channel. So if you want to get on the ground level of the newest Sea of Thieves YouTube channel, consider dropping a sub. That way in 5 years when I make it big time, you can say you were one of the first. Or maybe I'll get burnt out again and quit this channel in a month. You know, honestly, it's a 50-50 shot, but you know, hey, a sub is free, so you got nothing to lose. So I dusted off the game and hit up my friend CatDog to sail the seas with me, and her game wasn't launching. After some troubleshooting, she found out that she has to uninstall and reinstall the game, which would obviously take some time since this game is like 1 trillion gigabytes. So I was going at it alone, but luckily I am an epic gamer, so I know I could hold my own for a little bit. So I loaded up some supplies, which is another thing that got a huge quality of life update over the years. I remember back we had to use to manually dig through barrels, grabbing items one at a time. We didn't even have a take all button, let alone storage crates that can automatically take stuff out of the barrels. I decided that I should probably warm up for a little bit and get familiar with the controls again after not playing for so long. So I tried out the new raid voyages and picked a Phantom Fort to raid to kick things off. I've done these before, so I was pretty familiar with the deal. Clear out the ghosties until the big boy drops a key to the treasure room, and yes, I do know about the hidden key to the upper room as well. I'm not that much of a newbie here. The differences with these raid voyages is that the loot that you get is all related to the company that you're representing. So for this one, since I'm raiding for the Gold Hoarders, we got all Gold Hoarder loot. I was about to dive to the next raid until a stream viewer thankfully pointed out that my loot will not come with me, so big shout out to them for saving my precious booty. Of course, I could have actually read that my loot won't come with me, but if there's one thing about me, it's that I can't read. So after dropping off my booty at Port Merrick and raising my Gold Hoarder emissary, which I also forgot was a mechanic, I dived down into the depths once more, this time wanting to tackle a skeleton fleet, which did not go so great at first. Oh god, is there a guy? Oh, there's a guy on my left? Oh, where'd he come from? Here, you skeletons, here, take my water. That's for you guys. I'm bucking my water onto your ship. Hey, got a couple holes, manageable. Oh boy, it's a rock right there. Oh boy. Don't worry guys, I got it. Everything under control. See, I sunk him! I got it all under control, y'all. I sunk the guy. I'm a good pirate. Everybody just remain calm. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry, y'all. I have a plan. And that plan involves me having wood in my pockets, because I keep forgetting to grab some. After fumbling around with a few more of the skeleton ships, I managed to secure some of the loot, and after hitting the skeleton galleon with some cannons, I decided to cannon over to it to make sure they at least got to the second floor, so I didn't have to keep aiming below the sea line. But while my poor boat was unattended, this toxic scallywag pirate dared to board my ship to steal my loot. Stealing? In my pirate game? I think not. I'm writing up my report to Rare right now to get him banned. After an intense battle showcasing my elite professional gameplay, I managed to get him off my boat, but I didn't get the loot from the galleon, which was the one that has the most loot. And also, I'm not about to be disrespected on my own boat like that, so I turned around to face this Reaper's emissary head on. Now, I'll be honest, and this is going to be kind of a hot take, but I actually don't really enjoy the PvP in this game. Now, I fully recognize that I'm not great at it, alright? I admit I have skill issues, but listen, not everybody is a PvP sweat lord streamer, and in my opinion, the act of fighting in the video game should be fun whether you're good or bad at it. And fighting in Sea of Thieves, at least for me, is basically, I hit you with a bunch of cannons, then you go and repair the holes, then you come around, hit me with a bunch of cannons, then I go and repair all my holes, and then we do this song and dance for about an hour until one of us either runs out of supplies or they get bored. Sir, we're getting nowhere. We're just sitting here exchanging shots. At what point do we call a truce?
We can call a truce right now.
Now, before the rage comments come in and my channel is cancelled before it even starts, I fully acknowledge that if I was better at the game, battles would probably go way different, and probably I would have more fun if I can actually capitalize and apply pressure when needed, and then not go sailing 20 miles away after landing a few shots. And who knows, maybe I'll get better at this game the more I play it, and a year from now I'll be looking back at this video like, damn, I had some skill issues. But as much of a PvE lord that I am, I'm still gonna fight and defend my loot, because at the end of the day, it's fake video game loot. If I lose it, I lose it. It's not a big deal. Like, I see people getting really upset when they lose their loot in this game. They be acting like this fake gold's gonna pay their rent. Like, it's not that deep, y'all. It's called Sea of Thieves for a reason. That said, I happily agreed to this truce, and the other guy actually turned out to be really nice. He even reminded me how to do an alliance because I forgot how to do that, and thus the Fearless Soap Dogs Alliance was born. Permission to come aboard, Captain?
Yep.
Oh shit, oh god, what the hell? And our alliance formed just in time. Another skeleton fleet spawned in, so I cannoned back over to my ship to take on the next wave of skeletons. Watch this, y'all. Pro gamer move. Yeah. Wait. Yoink! Got your sails! I was starting to get the hang of naval combat again, so this time I was able to keep up the good fight until the last galleon appeared. And this galleon actually sunk pretty easily. I don't know if I put in some god tier cannon shots, or if they nerfed these, or maybe I just got lucky. Either way, I sunk them easily and had this beautiful ring of loot to share with my new alliance. And they're gone. I don't know if they had to log off, or maybe they changed their minds about wanting to alliance. I checked the map table to see if they were still there, and they were not. So I guess all of this loot is mine now. And while I was organizing it, I was very shocked to find a chest of fortune. This is my very first time actually holding a chest of fortune in this game. I was familiar with them because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I know they're a really valuable chest, but I thought you had to do like a Fort of a Damned for these. I didn't know you can get these from the fleets. So this ended up being a really great ending to this voyage. So after all of that, I took my dragon's hoard of wealth over to Plunder Outpost, where I encountered another pirate, who seems to have forgotten where he parked his boat. He didn't really react when I tried talking to him, and I wasn't about to try selling all of this stuff with him nearby, so I traded him a few of my blunder bombs in exchange for his harpoon rowboat. And then I sold my loot because CatDog still had another hour to go on her download, and we're both planning to reset our pirates soon anyway, so the loot doesn't really matter to us. But damn, it is satisfying seeing all of this gold. I picked up my emissary quest to kill some more time, and on the way out of the outpost, I got trapped by the Kraken. But he very quickly realized who I am and decided he doesn't want any of this, and he just disappeared. Oh! Alright, well, that was the easiest Kraken I ever fought. Alright, well, that takes care of him. I don't know if Kraken speedruns are a thing, but I'm pretty sure this is a world record. These emissary quests seem to have changed too. I remember them giving you like a billion captain's chests, but now they give you just a few of these baron and admiral chests. I guess as a solo player, I appreciate having less things to dig up, but I don't know. I kind of like having the big piles of loot. It actually reminds me of like old arcades like Dave & Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese. They used to use paper tickets, and when you won a jackpot, you had to wait for them all to print out, and then you end up with this big pile of tickets. They later moved on to doing everything electronically on a card nowadays, and while that's more efficient, I kind of miss having the really big mountain of tickets. It's like a physical representation of all of the loot, and I feel like a high roller bringing my giant ball of tickets to the guy and then weighing them out. So I kind of miss the big pile of captain's chests, but I'll probably prefer to grow this new method in the long run. After selling my loot one more time, I decided to give my ship a proper send-off and take a break until CatDog's game was finally done downloading.
2 hours later.
Oh, he's weakened! Wait, we got a weak! Stab him! Stab him! Kill him! Get the loot! Kill this guy! Dude, it's so funny. I just spoke to Flameheart yesterday. He said you should die so I can get the prize. I'm in trouble! Oh, he's weak again! Sword him! Look at that guy running away! Yo, your boss is getting slashed to death, and he's running! Look at him!
We can't run!
Yo, employee of the month right there, give that guy a raise. He's me for real. I would do the same shit. I'm not dying for you. You don't pay me enough to do that. Oh, I killed him. You were winning? No, you fucking weren't! What do you mean you were winning? I wasn't even close, my guy! Oh, I was so close! Bro wasn't close at all! From where I was standing, that was a pretty one-sided fight. So that was the Ashen Wins World event. I don't think I've ever done one of these before, and I have to say I am really loving this whole raids voyage thing. I remember twice in my life sailing to a world event like for 20 minutes, and then they literally despawned before I got there. I ended up just not really caring to ever do them unless they're at the next island over. So getting to do these on demand is really nice. And we also got one of these new special loot items, the hero items, which sometimes spawn when you're doing raids like this. I also forgot that I have a pet in this game. He's been locked in this box for God knows how long, so he was finally happy to be able to stretch his wings. Everybody in chat, say hello to Trinket. Tell him how much you love him. Here, Trinket. Take a celebratory chicken. Nothing weird about feeding a bird another bird. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, y'all. Now that you all fall in love with Trinket, I want you all to say goodbye to Trinket. We decided to try to raise our merchant emissary level to 5 before turning in the hero items so we get the maximum value. So we hit up a nearby fort to bash some more ghosties and get some more loot. I'm not gonna die at Danny Phantom over here. Look at him, he can't even lunge through the box of ammo. He got locked in place there. This guy's a chump, I ain't gonna lose to this guy. The fort sadly did not push us to level 5, and we really didn't want to spend any more time on this, so we just cashed in our loot so we can dive to one last raid for the night. And we were feeling pretty nostalgic, so why not take on a skeleton fort? I thought this would be a very fitting end to this video, a nice little throwback to the 2018 days of Sea of Thieves, doing a plain old skeleton fort, except these skeletons can now carry gunpowder barrels, which was yet another feature not included at the game at launch. This game has really come a long way, and I'm really happy to see that they're still planning updates to this day. We finished up the skeleton fort, turned in our loot one last time, and we enjoyed some grog in the tavern after a long day of pirating. I hope you guys enjoyed my first video on this channel. I actually do have another YouTube channel where I do a variety of retro games from like the GameCube, PlayStation 2 era. If you want to check out my main channel, if you like games like that, I'll be sure to have a link in the description. But I'm so excited to be starting a second channel and making some Sea of Thieves content. It's pretty different from what I normally do, but I like this game a lot, and I also enjoy YouTube itself as a hobby, so working on a second channel is something I've been wanting to do for a minute now. So if you're new here, welcome aboard to the Epic Gamer crew, and if you're somebody who watches Sea of Thieves videos regularly, feel free to leave me some feedback in this video or suggest some content ideas that you want to see in the future. Thank you all so much for watching this first video, and as always, stay epic gamers.